Okie dokie, artichokes, and welcome back to me redesigning Miraculous Ladybug characters again. This time we are going to start out with Chloe Bourgeois, the bully character of the story who was getting a redemption arc, and then since the creator of the show decided that he hates Chloe, that he's gonna throw the redemption arc out the window even though we were in the middle of it. Whatever, the whole fandom is mad about it, I'm mad about it. The redemption arc was going great. I was really excited for it, and then it was just snatched away from us because stupid reasoning, okay? I really wish she got her redemption arc. It would have been so fun and interesting, and it would have been very cute because I know in like original concepts, Chloe and Marinette were like friends. Don't quote me on that. I had this conversation a long time ago with someone about it, but I feel like it would have been very adorable, and Chloe could have been like Marinette's like fashion friend and been like, okay, look, I get that you're a fashion designer, but honey, let me help you out, and then like totally dress her up and be like, I have a crush on Adrian, but you know what, you guys are together, so you know what, I'll help you have perfect dates with him and all this stuff, and just be like a wingman, unlike Aliya, because Aliya's just sort of calling her crazy. I'm thinking Elphaba and Glinda from Wicked type of relationship. But I really liked Chloe. I still think she's a pretty good character. Of course, you're not supposed to like her. She's just mean and bratty, and she's kind of basic when it comes to being a bully. She's incredibly rich, her dad has power and influence over the school, so she gets away with everything. She's causing problems for the main character, has a crush on the main character's crush, and you know, is just constantly causing problems and blah 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 blah. But like, she's really adorable at times, and when Ladybug first started becoming popular in the show and people started to know her, Chloe loved Ladybug and it was so cute. She had a costume, she liked role-playing as Ladybug, and then she just wanted to help Ladybug out however she could, even though she constantly got in the way and Ladybug hated her, which was really sad. She just really liked Ladybug, and then, you know, her redemption arc thing and the fact that Ladybug was just being completely rude to Chloe, which I get, that's your school bully and she doesn't treat you great. I'm not saying her reaction wasn't justified, but like, if you saw how differently she treated you as Ladybug, and not as like, oh wow, I'm gonna become friends with a celebrity, but like actually just being like genuinely sweet and trying to help you out, I couldn't treat someone like that, but that's just me. I'm also a people pleaser, so I don't know, maybe that's just me. But anyway, her design, her original design, honestly, I don't really have a problem with. Like, everyone else's designs, they're kind of basic, but like in the movies, it really like exaggerated the textures and stuff on the outfit, and I don't really hate it. It actually looks pretty good. Like, she's just got this yellow jacket on, and I guess it's supposed to be a sweater, like mentioned in the movie, with stripes on it, and she just looks pretty sleek and nice. And so I didn't really want to overdo it and just change it and make it look completely different, because there wasn't really much wrong with it in my opinion. I just made it more. So instead of it being like a short jacket, I made it a long coat, like a lot of French fashion people wear, and I kind of gave her a shorter shirt, because a lot of popular girls in America, at least, they wear short shirts and high pants, so I gave her that with a big belt. I gave her some jewelry and made her hair a bit more exaggerated. In the show, her hair's a bit straight, and then in the movie, they definitely curled it up a lot, and I love it so much curly. Her eyes are bright blue, and I wanted to play off of that a lot because it's a really pretty blue, so I made her nails and her necklace and her makeup and also her earrings the same blue. It sort of takes attention away from her blue eyes, but it also, I feel like it looks cool, just like the little splash around of the blue color all over her. I also noticed that she is designed for the Be Miraculous, which I think that's clever, and which sucks because, you know, they took the Be Miraculous away from her because they took her redemption arc. She's got the yellow and then the stripes. That's literally a bee. I do end up playing with that more with the other characters, matching their Miraculous that they get, so we'll talk about that more later. But yeah, that's Chloe's design. I really like it. I think she looks fancier, more bougie. Alright, and then her as Queen Bee. Now, I'm not a big fan of superhero suits that are literally just skin-tight suits with designs on them. It's not really appealing to me. I like depth and layers and all that stuff. So my goal with her was to make her obnoxiously inconvenient for battle and very fashionable, but like, why would you ever fight in that outfit? I kept the ponytail swirl like a bee stinger type thing that they have in the original design. I thought it was clever. I also added a poofy like neck collar thing and fluff around her waist because bees are fluffy things and I wanted her to have that. It would look so fancy. I also gave her like these, I don't know, like arm capes. I don't really know what they're called. They're just like draping fabric connected to like her collar and then around her wrists, sort of like Storm's design from Marvel Rivals. It just looks so fancy, and it was also supposed to give the illusion of like bee wings, even though I know they have 4 wings and they're normally like a clear color, but I made them yellow, but that's besides the point. So since Chloe is a big fan of Ladybug, I sort of like made similar things between the 2 costumes because I imagine she wants to look a lot like Ladybug. So I gave her like a tailcoat thing, except this time it's shaped like a bee stinger. I also get the high boots and the high gloves. I wanted it to look like insect legs, like I did with Ladybug's design. I gave her some heels with gold like heels and like tips on them. I also gave her gloves claws, mostly because I wanted her to give sort of like wasp vibes, and wasps are mean. I don't know, it just fit. Like if you look at insect legs, they got like the spikes on them, which I also did that on the heel of her shoes. So since she's sort of like evil-ish, I wanted her to make her look evil-ish, so I gave her the claws. I changed the Miraculous to look a bit more like a small crown on her head because she is Queen Bee, and I also made it gold instead of just yellow, so it sort of sits like on the top of her ponytail and holds it up. Her mask sort of looks like those like Mexican wrestling masks, which wasn't what I was going for. I was more going for like pincher looking things like wasps have. Wasps. I hate saying that word, wasps. She did end up sort of looking like a tiger on like her tank top thing she's got going on, because I gave her like a pale color, but 99% of it is the same color, and so I wanted to switch it up a bit, but I think it looks fine in general. She definitely needed more designs. I gave her sort of like these short shorts going on in her outfit because, you know, I wanted her to look very like preppy, sort of like popular American fashion. I'm American. I know this is like French fashion, but I'm basing it off of my own fashion knowledge going to high school and stuff. I gave her a tank top. It wasn't originally going to be, and it doesn't make much sense for it to be a tank top, but just making it that way made her look more like a princess, very much what I was going for. Her hair strands in her front are supposed to be like her antennas. I thought it looked better than the original design. Maybe that's what they were going for. I can't really tell. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, that's Queen Bee. I thought that a later design was my favorite, but looking at this one's definitely the favorite. The next ones I struggled with big time, so I'm glad this one turned out at least decent. Alright, next is Aliya. So Aliya is the best friend character. She is Marinette's best friend. Marinette is clumsy, and Aliya is like just trying to keep her on her feet and keep her going, and is constantly teasing her and blah blah blah. Not a mean way, not like, ew, you suck, Marinette, why are you so clumsy and stupid, ha ha ha. But like, you know, just a playful friend thing, like, girl, what you doing? You're messing everything up. You're so silly. So Aliya's pretty great. She wants to be a news reporter. She has this thing called a lady blog, and she pretty much like, she records Ladybug and talks about Ladybug and pretty much has like theories and all this stuff, and it's like incredibly popular. If you want to know about Ladybug in the universe, you pretty much go to the lady blog. One thing I like about the way they did Aliya is my least favorite characters in the whole wide world are news reporter characters. I hate them so much. They are so nosy and don't know when to back off. Every time there's a news reporter character, I hate them so much. I try to like separate the fact that they're news reporters, but like it doesn't make a difference. Like I was watching a show called 911, and then one of the characters starts falling in love with the news reporter character, and she did not know when to back off. He constantly told her, don't use me for your news reports, don't ask me for your news reports, don't ask me for any inside information, and if you do get any inside information, please respect that I don't want to post it on the news. She did it anyway, constantly, and it made me so mad. Like, I love the show Daredevil, but I cannot stand the character Karen. She is so nosy, and I hate her, and she will not back off. People are telling you to stop looking into things, and I know, like, plot reasons, she needs to look into it and dig things up and blah blah blah, but like, people told you to stop and you didn't stop, and it's just stop. But it's not like that with Aliya. She's really into finding out stuff about Ladybug and all this stuff, but she doesn't take it too far. Like, she does get herself in danger, but she's not like nosy about it. She's not like constantly bugging people, being like, hey, give me this information, give me this information, give me this information. And even though people are telling her, no, I'm not going to give you that. No, She's just like doing her thing and reporting on the news and getting what information she can and sharing it. She's not annoying about it. And I really like that about Aliya. She's the only news reporter character I could ever stand. My only problem with Aliya is that she does not believe her best friend. So there's this other character named Lila in the story. She is a pathological liar. It is proven multiple times. It is shown to us multiple times. Aliya, hands down, will die on the hill that Lila is not a liar. Marinette hates Lila because she knows she's a liar and she can prove that she's a liar, but Aliya will not believe her. Like, she gets mad at Marinette at some point for lying about Lila being a liar, and it's like, really? You believe your best friend over a girl who's friends with your best friend's bully? That's kind of messed up. It makes me mad every single time. I mean, eventually, yeah, it is full on proven that Lila is lying to everyone constantly and Aliya finally takes Marinette's side. It took you that long to believe her. That's really sad. Like, even Adrian at one point is like, yeah, I should have mentioned this earlier, but Lila is actually a liar. And Aliya's just like, you guys are so silly. You don't have to come and take your girlfriend's side about Lila and pretend that she's a liar just to make your girlfriend feel better. I'm like, really? But other than that, I don't really have a problem with Aliya. There is at some point that Aliya gets the Ladybug Miraculous for plot reasons, and I don't really think she deserved it. Like, that was apparently the next best candidate for the Ladybug Miraculous other than Marinette, and I don't think that's true. There are so many other candidates that would have been better than Aliya. Like, she's not a terrible person, but like, she didn't even trust her best friend over a random kid in class. Like, that's kind of messed up. But anyway, I kind of struggled big time with her design. I had an idea in my head, and then I attempted it, and then like, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't going great. And so I had to consult companions again because I couldn't figure it out, and they're like, well, maybe she would have buttons on her bag and baggier pants, the skinny jeans aren't doing it, and give her like a design and all this stuff. And just adding and changing those couple of things really made it look better. I gave her a bag because I wanted it to be like she's prepared to capture and write down information anywhere she goes, so she just like keeps her news stuff with her. I also have her hair up because I imagine since she's running around trying to get information constantly that she just like has her hair up. I don't have a problem with her hair in the show, really. It's just like there isn't much volume to it, and it's kind of just, it's semi odd to look at. Also, her shirt is questionable. I mean, I wear those kinds of shirts, but like, they aren't form-fitted on me. I don't know. There's just something about that shirt I don't like. I've never really seen anyone wear that shirt before besides dads, and last I checked, Aliya is not a father, so. And I kept the fox theme going with her. She's got like a fox phone case, and I wanted to put like orange on her button-up shirt that she has over her shoulders. So yeah, that's Aliya. Like, from here on, I just struggled with the designs, and they just get progressively not that great, but you know. And then we're gonna go to Rena Rouge. Now, Rena Rouge is the Fox Miraculous holder. It's Aliya, and her original design, I didn't really look at it when I started designing my version of it, and then once I started getting to the liner, I looked at the original design and I realized I sort of made the exact same thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I did a good job with that design then, because I didn't really have a problem with it. Like, it wasn't bad. They had the basic masquerade mask. I didn't like that, so I changed it to be like one over her mouth. The ears I felt were slightly weird looking, so I gave her a bandana with the ears on top because once again, like I did with Adrian's Cat Noir design, I didn't like the way the ears were attached. I didn't really like the tail hair thing she had going on. It was kind of odd. It made sense with her original hair, but with the hair I gave her, it didn't really make sense, so I just made it more orange and fluffier and not in a ponytail. My goal with her was to make her look like a ninja, because I imagine Rena Rouge is like the informant, because her ability is to create illusions. So she could probably, like, if she was going in somewhere and needed to get out, an illusion would be very helpful to cause distractions. I gave her a coat tail that's supposed to be shaped like a foxtail. Her coat vest thing looks like a, carnival ringmaster vest, which is not what I was going for, but it needed something on it. It was looking a little plain. So I gave it the buttons and the orange string. This is another design I really struggled with. You could see me redrawing it a couple of times with, like, the pose and all that stuff, because I just couldn't get it right. It just wasn't looking right. and I sort of settled in the end with how it looks. I feel like my past designs have a lot more detail, and then for some reason I just can't figure it out in my brain how to give them all more detail. For the life of me, I could not come up with a way to make it better. Like, I was thinking, I was sketching, and it just was not clicking. So this is what I settled on. I don't think it's terrible, but I also think it's way too close to the original, which like defeats the whole purpose of this series. But I feel like I gave her a bit more volume and dimension and interest. I gave her a lot more black than the original. She's kind of just like this bright orange color, but I don't know. That's Rena Rouge. I must say, when they give her like purple camo, that was not it. That was purple camo. Rena Rouge was bad. Next, I'm doing Nino, which is Adrian's best friend character. Nino is a wannabe DJ who is just trying to get Adrian out of the house and get him involved with his friends, but you know, Adrian's got a controlling dad, so it never really works out. And Adrian's dad sees him as a bad influence, even though Nino's just like a chill guy who's just trying to be there for his best bud, even though he's stuck in like a bad situation. Nino's original design, I don't understand the shirt. The shirt doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what the symbol is supposed to be. I don't understand the colorful bracelets. Maybe it's to like be like clubbing. People wear a lot of like bracelets. Clubbing, I think. I don't know. I've never been. I get the headset thing. He's DJ. I don't really understand the design on it or the purpose of the colors. He's just sort of bland to look at, sort of. Like, if he was a background character, people would probably not look at him twice. But so I tried to give him a lot more volume and interest. So I gave him a big hoodie because he's supposed to be seen as a bad influence from his dad, so I wanted to make him look more so. So I kind of gave him like a skater vibe. So I gave him a Nirvana shirt, and I'm not good at drawing shoes, so don't compare the shoes I drew to the original shoes that Nino has. The originals look so much better. Okay, I just cannot draw shoes for the life of me, and it hurts my feelings. I gave him skinny jeans because he would just think they looked good, even though everyone's like, Nino, you should wear like baggy pants, and he's just like, no, skinny jeans are the way to go. That's how you get the ladies. And everyone's like, no, it's not, but okay, buddy. I put like a sort of like turtle design on his headphones because that makes more sense, because he is the holder of the Turtle Miraculous, so it just makes sense. And I gave him a green jacket, and this was another design I thought was incredibly bland, and it took me forever to figure out how to make it a little bit more interesting, and I'm still not satisfied with it. And I hate that I am posting art that I'm not satisfied with, but for some reason, after I drew Queen Bee, all of my inspiration just left my brain and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. But I just gave him some like necklaces and like a chain on his pants, and I don't know, I feel like I made it a little better. I also gave like white lining to like his jacket and stuff, and once again that made it look a little better. And I kept his backpack on him because, like Aliya, I imagine he carries around all of his like DJing stuff with him. He just has like a full-on boombox back there, and he just pulls it out at lunchtime, and everyone's like, why are you carrying that around? And he's like, we gotta jam, we gotta enjoy things. I did keep his red hat because I didn't really have a problem with it. It's a little plain, but I feel like giving it like white, like a white front, would have made it look too baseball-y, and I don't want him to look like a jock. Like, I was gonna give him white sleeves, and I'm like, no, that gives too much jock vibes. So I tried to avoid certain things, and it made it look plain, but once again, I couldn't think of anything. I'm really bad at this, apparently. But yeah, that's Nino. Honestly, Nino's a W character. He's pretty cool. Him and Aliya are like kind of interestingly cute, sort of. Alright, and then we're going on to Carapase. Nino is Carapase. He is the holder of the Turtle Miraculous. So the Turtle Miraculous's ability is to create like a giant bubble shield that you can't break through. I wanted to make him look like a protector tank sort of thing. So I gave him a bunch of armor all over his body. And I was sort of going for like knight vibe. So I gave him like a chest plate and like shin protectors and forearm protectors, whatever those are called, and shoulder shields. I don't know what any of this stuff is called, but that's what I was going for. I also didn't really like the hood thing that he had going on with like the weird goggles. I did keep the hood, but I made it less bold, and it drew a lot of attention, and I really didn't like the way it looked. So instead, my thought with his design was Lucio, because he likes music. Why wouldn't you go the music route? So I gave him like headphones, and it makes like a little like turtle head visor thing. I kind of like the idea. I don't know if it looks that great, but I imagine he's like pretty like smooth going around, and his main goal is just to keep everyone out of trouble and protect to the best of his abilities. I wanted to give him more detail. Once again, I feel like I ended up making it look a lot like the original design, and that kind of makes me sad. My brain, when I think of turtles, I think of Ninja Turtles, so that's all I could think of the whole time I was making it. So yeah, that's what I landed on. Alright, and then finally the little Miraculouses for each of these guys. We've got Pollen, Trixx, and Wayzz. So Pollen is the Bee Miraculous. The ability she grants is to be able to like paralyze people with like a stinger, which is pretty neat and helpful. And so once again, I hate the shape of the Kwamis, so I made her look a little bit more bee. I kept the fluff around her neck. I just made her overall longer and like more pretty looking. Pollen is a very nice little sweet lady. She's not a brat like Chloe, and so I wanted to make her look a bit more elegant because you know, she's a bee, and bees are pretty, and they're cute and fuzzy, and it just wasn't in the original design. Also, I didn't really understand why part of, like, the whites of her eyes were blue. It just looks so odd, sort of like bloodshot eyes, but it's blue instead, and it's just creeping me out. So I changed it to be black instead. I don't know, I think it looks better. And then for Trixx, Trixx is the Fox Miraculous. She's a very rowdy character, okay? She's very rowdy, and in the name, she likes causing problems a little. She's just got a lot of energy. In the sketch, it wasn't originally planned for her to have 2 different colored eyes, but I really liked the way it looked in the sketch, even though it was unintentional, so I gave her 2 different colored eyes. And I also, since her ability is illusions, I wanted to like play in that, so I gave her like multiple like illusion tails and then like these faces next to her to sort of like play on that in a way. I think it looks better. I like it. She looks very cute, and honestly, I'd want her. It would make me so happy if I had Trixx. If I had any of the Miraculouses, it would probably be the Fox one, because the ability to create illusions would just be cool. Alright, and then finally we have Wayzz. Wayzz is scaring me, okay? He's staring into my soul, and I feel like he's gonna hurt me. And what is that thing on top of his head? It makes him look like an alien. I don't know why they feel the need to give all of the Kwamis some sort of tentacle antenna thing, but it just not look good on Wayzz. Wayzz is scary looking. He's kind of supposed to be the wise character of all the Kwamis. I was kind of going for Master Oogway vibes with him, so I gave him like sea turtle fins on the top and then like turtle feet on the bottom, just so like you don't have to pick which turtle you want. You can have both turtles. I made his shell more prominent, and I just made his face more turtle-y. He didn't look like a turtle, he looked like an alien, and it was scary. And I also gave him like a hat thing, because I don't know, his design was looking boring without the hat, so I gave him a hat. But yeah, that is all of the Miraculous characters I'm doing for today. I can't say that I'm proud of these ones. I'm kind of disappointed with how a couple of these turned out. I do really like the way Chloe turned out and how Queen Bee turned out, and then after that it was just like nah, it's okay to look at, whatever. But yeah, I should probably start advertising the fact that I have commissions, so if you want art from me, commission me. I also have a Discord server where you can chat with me or share your art and just chat with other people in there. It's kind of nice. Yeah, that's it. Adios amigos. Bye!